Healthy Eating for Older Adults. Introduction. From the time we're born until the time we reach 50 or older, our nutritional needs change at each significant stage of our life. However, many people over 50 are not eating as well as they could for a number of reasons. The first is that many of our eating habits become set at a young age. This can lead to unhealthy choices, poor nutrition, and even weight gain. The second is that many of us get lazy about cooking regularly, especially if we're empty nesters and no longer have to worry about everyone in the household eating well each day. The third reason for poor eating habits as we age may be related to mobility issues, such as arthritis. It can be hard to shop at the supermarket, let alone prepare it. A fourth reason is in reference to those watching their weight, who might think that skipping meals is the best way to shed unwanted pounds, when in fact the opposite is true, with skimping on nutrition actually triggering food cravings and further weight gain. The fifth reason might be that with so many convenience foods available, it seems easier to just eat TV dinners out of the freezer than to cook a meal, especially when they're selling them for $1 each in the supermarkets. This brings us to the sixth reason many people start to skimp on good nutrition: a tight budget. Salaries and pensions stay the same, but the cost of living, especially food, is increasing all the time. Demand drives prices, which can often price us out of many of the smart choices we might otherwise make. For example, if a burger at McDonald's is only 99 cents and the salad is $4.99, fewer people are going to opt for the salad. This brings us to the seventh main reason we've found for poor nutrition: confusion over what healthy eating actually is. Using the example above, the chicken wrap at McDonald's might seem to be healthier than a Big Mac, when they're actually the same number of calories, 530. If you have the Southwest crispy-style chicken, it's actually 670 calories for one sandwich. The eighth main reason is that we're all so busy these days, even many who are retired, that we might not think we have the time to cook or the motivation. We might also not feel as hungry. Food might taste different. Or it just seems easier to grab a cup of coffee or tea and a piece of toast than to take the time to make a proper meal at breakfast or supper time. Due to all these reasons, we've put together this guide to healthy eating for seniors so you can learn more about your nutritional needs or those of any older relative you might be caring for. So let's start with the current nutritional guidelines for people over 50, so you'll know what goals you're aiming for when it comes to healthy eating. Chapter 1. The current nutritional guidelines. One of the biggest problems with the current nutritional guidelines from the United States Department of Agriculture is that they're divided into 3 sections, and within each of the 3 sections, the requirements for each age group are all clustered together under each nutrient instead of separated out by age group. The My Food Plate, formerly the Pyramid Program, was designed to help offer suggestions and visual representations of what makes up a healthy diet. However, despite there being a range of plans in the For Consumers section on the front page, there's no specific plate suggested listed for seniors. Fortunately, the nutritionists at Tufts have provided a useful visual aid, My Plate for Seniors, which can help you plan healthier meals each day. Let's look at the standard food plate first. The colors on the food plate are designed as reminders about the 5 main food groups, and the size of the colored wedges is supposed to give you an idea of percentage overall. If we look at the left side of the plate, we see red for fruits and green for vegetables. The vegetable wedge is slightly larger than the fruit one, reminding you to eat more veggies at each meal and some fruit, either in the meal or as a dessert. Since these 2 wedges take up half the plate, this indicates that they are recommending that half of each meal be made up of fruits and vegetables. The right side of the plate shows grains at the top, the orange wedge, and protein at the bottom, the purple wedge. The grains wedge is slightly larger than the protein wedge, again showing that you should eat more grains each day compared with protein. The blue circle says that dairy indicates 1 serving of low-fat dairy, such as milk with each meal. It can also be in the meal, such as your morning cereal or a smoothie, or a cream sauce for your vegetables or fish. If we look at the Tufts plate, it gives suggestions within each of the 5 groups. For example, in the fruits and vegetables section, they show ranges of items in different colors, which will help you consume a variety of nutrients to help maintain a balanced diet. An easy way to remember this is to try to eat a rainbow every day. We remember the colors of the rainbow with a little trick. Think of the name Roy G. Biv. The colors of the rainbow in order are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Red tomatoes or strawberries, orange sweet potatoes or tangerines, and so on, all add a range of vitamins, minerals, and plant-based nutrients, called phytonutrients, to your diet to help maintain your overall health. In the grain group, it shows whole foods like brown rice and fortified whole grain cereal. In the protein group, it shows chicken, fish, and tofu with a small dotted line separating cheese, yogurt, and other foods which might have protein but can also be high in fats. In the center of the plate, they show a small amount of oil and spreads and emphasize herbs to add extra taste to the meals you cook. Two more options to help you dig deeper into the guidelines to come up with a meal plan for you and/or a loved one is to use the Daily Food Plan tool at choosemyplate.gov. Enter your information, and it will provide you with your suggested daily intake on one sheet and a worksheet to help you keep track. Put in your age, weight, height, level of physical activity per week, and click to the following screen. You'll then see a page with a number of choices. The first is to learn more about weight loss. The second and third choices are whether you wish to see a food plan to maintain your current weight or one that'll help you move to a healthier weight. Click on each option to learn more. On the next page, you'll see their suggestions on the left, with notes underneath, and links to the right to download your plan. If this is still not enough information for you, then use the Super Tracker. It'll allow you to create a free account to keep track of your foods, activities, weight goals, recipes, and more. This can, of course, take time to begin with, but as you learn more about healthy eating, you'll be able to make smarter choices and watch your health improve. Chapter 2: Reading and Understanding Food Labels. Reading food labels might be the last thing you feel like doing when you go to the supermarket, but a little knowledge can go a long way to you making smarter choices in the supermarket. Each food label lists how much protein, carbohydrates, fats, sodium, and key vitamins and minerals there are in a serving. It also lists the calories and the number of servings in the package. You might be shocked to find that one small pizza looks like a personal one could actually be listed as 4 or more servings in the package. What appears to be one serving, for example, a can of tuna, could be 2.5. A small can of diced tomatoes, as shown above, 3.5 servings. If we multiply the calories, 35 by 3.5, we can see that there are around 122 calories in the whole can, which is low enough, but in terms of the sodium, it has 1,085 milligrams, just about half your daily allowance. Since sodium has been linked to high blood pressure and increased risk of stroke, see the DASH diet below, you might wish to choose low sodium or no salt added options for your canned foods. As you can see from the example above, you'll also find the ingredients on the label, listed in order from the largest amount to the smallest. In this case, diced tomatoes and then tomato puree are the main ingredients. But you can also see salt and a number of chemicals listed. Always check the ingredients to make certain you're getting what you think you're buying. You might be shocked to find a tub of ready-made guacamole with barely any avocado in it, because it's so full of milk, yogurt, and other ingredients. Mac and cheese labels might not have cheddar in them at all, but something called cheese food. The more food labels you read, the more you can separate the good brands from the bad. To make it even easier when you're in the supermarket, consider adopting a whole foods lifestyle in which you buy everything in its purest, most natural form and create your own easy recipes from scratch. You'll probably be amazed at the difference in taste and also how much money you'll be saving on groceries even as you eat better than ever before. For example, quick cook oats are a versatile ingredient that can be used in a range of recipes, from oatmeal in the morning to pancakes for brunch and in your meatloaf at dinner. By contrast, the instant oatmeal in small envelopes you tear open and add boiling water to are far more expensive ounce for ounce. Instant is also usually full of sodium, chemicals, and preservatives. This is an example of a food label from the US FDA, and this is their convenient guide to the label to help consumers learn how to read them. We can see from this label for packaged macaroni and cheese that there are 2 servings, so you shouldn't eat the whole box in one sitting. It's high in fat, saturated fat, sodium, and cholesterol. It's also high in carbs, but has 0 fiber and little protein. On the plus side, it does have 20% of your recommended intake of calcium. Taken as a whole, however, this is not a food you should consume every day because of the ratios of calories and fat to protein and other nutrients. Now that you know the essentials on how to read food labels, let's look next at good nutrition when you're trying to lose weight. Chapter 3: Good Nutrition When Losing Weight. Many people trying to lose weight make the mistake of skipping meals in an attempt to cut calories. The truth is that this can confuse your body, making it store calories rather than burn them. For most adults, the daily guidelines are 2,500 calories for men and 2,000 for women. However, this does take into account the number of important factors. The first is how active you are. Are you on the go all day and a regular walker or sports enthusiast? Or do you work 9 to 5 at a desk all day, drive everywhere, and never break a sweat? Ladies, you all know how hormones can affect your mood and eating habits each month. We can also see how hard it can be for women to lose weight once they've had a baby, and how getting plumper just becomes a pattern. We've all seen how overweight and even obese 67% of Americans now are. Many of us have also experienced middle-aged spread. As we age, our metabolism slows down, making it even harder to lose weight. But these are no reasons to give up. However, there are also no reasons to starve ourselves. Here's a few ways to lose weight effectively. Count calories. 2,000 for men, 1,600 for women daily would help you lose weight without starving. Cut calories through eating more vegetables and fewer desserts. Choose low-calorie foods that are full of flavor. Increase physical activity in order to burn more calories. These may not sound too exciting compared to the latest fads, but they're tried and tested ways to lose weight. Use your daily food plan for weight loss or the super tracker we discussed above to learn more about foods, their calories, and nutrition. Explore a range of low-calorie but tasty recipes using the resources and see what a difference it can make to your waistline. One other key aspect of losing weight is portion control. Let's take a look at this topic in the next chapter. Chapter 4: The Importance of Portion Control. We eat with our eyes first. We love tasty-looking food and piles of it. Most of us have also been trained from a young age not to waste food and to clean our plate. Many of us have no idea what a serving is or how many calories are in each serving. If we eat out, we tend to want huge plates piled high. We'll also go wild at buffets, in some cases eating our entire daily allowance or more in one meal rather than throughout the day. Our emphasis on abundant food and not wasting it, and eating with our eyes instead of our brains, has led to portion distortion, eating too many calories because we don't understand what a portion is in terms of calories and nutrition. Using the example of the small pizza box again, you might have been shocked to see that you've been eating the whole thing, but the label says 4 servings. If you multiply the data on the label by 4, you'll probably get a nasty shock as to how many calories you've really been wolfing down. The NHLBI has produced 2 nice presentations that show how portion sizes have changed significantly in the past 20 years. For example, the average bagel is now twice as large and almost double the calories. Take some time to look through them and note how many of the foods on their list and in their quiz tend to be your favorites. Then cut back to the original portion sizes and start to get more active according to their suggestions. What do you do if you have no label to guide you and/or you're eating out? There are now handy visual guides to help you make sure you don't overeat by helping you avoid portion distortion. We love this wallet-sized guide you can print, clip, and slip into your wallet or purse to help keep you on target. The principle is to use familiar objects to give you an idea of what a portion actually is. For example, 2 dice equals 1 ounce of cheese. A baseball is a cup, and a deck of cards is 3 ounces of protein, such as chicken or fish. Other tricks include eating from a smaller plate, not loading your plate but placing everything on one layer, drinking a glass of water before you eat, dividing your entree and doggy bagging half of it for the next day as soon as you're served so you're not tempted to overeat. Now that you've seen how you can shave off calories from your diet each day without starving yourself, we want to look at another way to lose weight and still feel great, and that is staying hydrated throughout the day. Chapter 5: The Importance of Avoiding Dehydration. Current health guidelines suggest that the average person drink 5 to 8 8-ounce glasses of water per day in order to flush out toxins out of your system and keep your body hydrated enough to perform all of its essential functions. However, studies have shown that nearly 50% of all seniors taken to emergency rooms show signs of dehydration. Your skin, blood, and digestive system all need water to perform at their best. With aging can come wrinkles unless you stay hydrated. Unfortunately, the thirst reflex has also been shown to decrease as we age, so thirst is no longer a genuine indicator of just how much liquid we need to consume during the day. This being the case, we should drink even when we don't feel thirsty. If we experience vomiting or diarrhea, we should force ourselves to drink even if we don't feel like it in order to avoid dehydration. Staying hydrated has never been easier thanks to stainless steel water bottles and home water filtration systems such as pitchers or filters for your faucet. Drinking more liquids such as water has also the added advantage of helping you feel full, so you're less likely to overeat. As with many health recommendations, however, one size does not always fit all. If you're very athletic, live in a warm climate or a high altitude, your needs will be even greater than the average person. Use a hydration calculator to make sure you're consuming enough liquid each day in terms of both what you drink and the foods you eat. One other issue that comes with age is getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom more often. If you start to suffer from frequent urination at night, stop consuming large amounts of liquid after 9 o'clock, but start the day with water, juice, tea, and perhaps even a tasty smoothie to rehydrate yourself. Don't be fooled by sports drinks and so-called vitamin waters. They're expensive and give very little health benefit because whatever you consume, you rapidly eliminate from your body, which means your money literally going down the toilet. Tap water is almost free. By all means, filter using a jug or tap attachment if you're concerned about how healthy your local water supply might be. Add a splash of fruit juice or flavored seltzer to perk up the taste if you find it hard to drink so much plain water. Then see what a difference staying hydrated can make in your well-being and appearance. Speaking of living more cheaply, let's discuss how you can enjoy good nutrition even on a tight budget. Chapter 6: Good Nutrition Even on a Tight Budget. One thing the recent economic recession has highlighted in the U.S. is just how many people are living on fixed incomes and really struggling to try and eat healthfully within their budget. Those on food stamps, for example, pointed out that it was easier to buy junk food with their benefits than fresh fruits and vegetables. Author Leanne Brown's master dissertation on food studies at NYU, titled Good and Cheap: Eat Well on $4 a Day, is a free PDF download packed full of delicious ideas and lovely photos that are sure to whet your appetite for healthier foods. Discover a range of recipes in the Super Tracker that are tasty and budget-friendly too. Choose My Plate has also produced a nice cookbook for 2 weeks of budget-friendly recipes. Use it to inspire you to eat better for less. Shop the sales, clip coupons, and take advantage of farmers markets or vegetable wholesalers for locally grown produce that will support your local economy and also have far fewer pesticides and other chemicals on them compared with the pretty but expensive produce in your supermarket. Take advantage of seasonal sales, especially in the autumn. Some people still can and preserve, but modern freezers are a good substitute for laying up your fruits and vegetables to use during the winter months. Master make-ahead-and-freeze recipes for your own homemade TV dinners that you can make for a fraction of the cost of store-bought. You can also control portions and ingredients, making them cheaper and healthier too. Now that you've discovered a range of ways to eat better for less, you've all the tools you need to succeed in your new healthy eating lifestyle. But before we conclude, let's take a look at one more topic we often get asked about. Do I need vitamins and supplements in order to meet all my nutritional needs? Chapter 7: About adding vitamins or supplements. In an ideal world, we would get all of our nutritional needs from a healthy, balanced diet. However, most of us don't live an ideal lifestyle, and sometimes certain health challenges can change our nutritional needs. In this case, certain vitamins and supplements might prove helpful in maintaining your overall health. There's a bewildering array of vitamins on store shelves these days, but a specific formula for people over 50, such as Centrum Silver, can help fill in any gaps in your nutrition. However, before you start popping any pills, discuss all of the vitamins, minerals, and supplements you might take with your doctor, especially if you're taking any prescription medications or over-the-counter ones regularly. Some vitamins and medicines can interact with each other, sometimes dangerously, or produce unwanted side effects. Studies have shown that the average person over 65 is taking an average of 7 medications per day. In part, this is because they're likely to be visiting a range of specialists who all give prescriptions to try. If you see more than one doctor, bring an up-to-date list of all medicines, herbs, supplements, and OTC medications you're taking to each doctor visit, so everyone can be on the same page. Boost or Ensure, by the mouth or for the very ill by feeding tube, can also offer nutritional support for anyone who has trouble eating solid food for any reason. However, it's important not to use them as a quick fix long term, only as an occasional aid if you've been ill, or if you're caring for someone who can be difficult at meal times. Since these nutritional drinks and protein shakes often aim to offer complete nutritional needs, they can interact with any vitamins you might be taking, and also with prescription and other medications as discussed above. Sports drinks and powders also offer high protein and vitamins in a convenient powder form or shake to take on the go. But a survey by Consumer Reports showed several brands as having dangerously high levels of certain heavy metals if they were to be consumed 3 or more times per day. The dangerous heavy metals tested for were arsenic, lead, mercury, and cadmium. All of us probably learned all the way back in biology class that the first 3 are poisonous to humans. So why would they be in a health drink? For those of you unfamiliar with cadmium, think rechargeable batteries with the label NiCad. As dangerous as the other 3 metals are, cadmium is of particular concern because it's stored in the kidneys and can damage them. Studies have shown that it can take the body 20 years to eliminate even half the cadmium consumed. In the USA, NiCad batteries are expensive in part because they're reusable, and in part because there's a special disposal fee for trying to get rid of them safely due to the dangers of the cadmium. It's worth noting that the European Union banned the sales of NiCad batteries in 2006, except in the cases of emergency lighting and essential medical equipment, because they consider them to be so dangerous to the environment. The only times you might need a vitamin are if you're a vegetarian or eating a similar limited ingredient diet, or if you've had any particular medical condition which requires you to eat a restricted diet. In both of these cases, discuss your eating lifestyle with your doctor and possibly a registered dietitian to make sure you are eating right to maintain optimal health. We can take a lot of shortcuts in life thanks to the wonders of technology, but the one thing you should not try to skimp on is good nutrition. No matter what your age, aim for a healthy, balanced diet rich in whole foods and see what a difference it can make to your health. Conclusion. We all have a range of reasons for not eating as well as we can, but the truth is that good nutrition as we age is just as important, if not more so, than good nutrition when we're infants and growing children. Good, balanced nutrition has been shown to help maintain overall health and wellness and reduce the risk of age-related conditions such as dementia and frailty. It doesn't have to be expensive or difficult to eat well once we know what our daily nutritional requirements are now that we or a loved one are over 50. Use the many helpful materials online to discover the information you need to formulate your own healthy eating plan that will fit your tastes and budget. You really are what you eat, and in the same way that you would never undertake a long car journey without fueling up, you should fill your tank every day with high-quality food as you follow a balanced diet. We hope the topics we've outlined and the resources we've provided have inspired you to live better for less. To your best health. Further reading. In addition to the resources we've suggested throughout this guide, you might also find the following useful. The USDA Dietary Reference Intakes. It's on the USDA's site. See the links to the charts on the bottom. Resources on individual macronutrients, phytonutrients, vitamins, and minerals for more information if you wish to dig deeper into the exact recommendations for each age group. The DASH diet. DASH stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension or High Blood Pressure. This diet's more of an eating guideline than a weight loss diet. It's designed to help people avoid sodium or salt, which is considered a contributor to high blood pressure, which can contribute to heart attack and stroke. It's also free online and easy to follow. Many people also find they lose weight while following this eating plan.